Somebody's gonna find something out about you. Doesn't matter if any part of it's true. People talking cause they've nothing bad.
All right, so I want to start off. Hi, everybody. Hi, Anthony. Not you.
The other Anthony in the room.
I want to start off by saying that if you are under the age of 18 years old or the HR manager for the place that I work, you need to shut this shit off right fucking now.
Perfect. As long as that's not the same category of person.
There is nothing more uncomfortable than knowing that the HR manager where you work at listens to the show where you talk about jerking off into a sock.
They probably haven't gotten that far yet. You just spoiled it for them.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, I jerk off into a sock.
I was like 12, if that helps.
It doesn't.
And it was my sock. It's not like I jerked off into somebody else's sock.
It would be better if it was somebody else's.
While they were wearing it.
Exactly. Oh, my God.
So this has been pretty interesting. We are recording very, very late. Normally we record Saturday morning at about 10 o'clock, and it is now Wednesday.
Like 7:30.
So we're going to try to kick this back out Thursday, and either we're done recording forever or we're going to record again Saturday. One of the two.
One of the two. Whatever. I figure once there's cracks in the foundation, we're going down.
Yes. Anyway, all right. So I don't even know where to fucking start. I got lambasted. Is that the right word? Or basted? I got turkey basted.
I got turkey basted. I like that better.
On Twitter. That motherfucking Dave the producer from the Unwritable Rant.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, man, you got to check out this, whatever, the Ricky Gervais. Is that his name?
Yeah, the comedian.
Yeah, comedian.
Yeah,
No, actually,
comedian.
I thought it was funny, but
Yeah.
he told me to check out that Netflix special, Humanity.
Yeah.
And I was already getting blasted on Twitter because of that. Supposedly, I am pro-raping autistic kids. That shit's still going on. So I'm getting...
Christ.
I know. You make one joke.
Yep, just one.
So that's what pisses me off about the whole thing is I didn't even make a joke about raping autistic kids. I mean, I'm not a fucking asshole.
Well,
You're not helping.
sorry.
But so they take that shit out of context. I already went through this the last time we recorded. But it's like I said, it's still going on. I'm still a shitbag.
It's fucking ridiculous.
And I was talking to Dave. I think I already said the Unwritable Rant. I don't remember if I did or not. But
Yeah. Give him another plug.
yeah, they could use our 4 listeners. And he said, yeah, you got to check this show out, which I did. And like the last 20 minutes of it, he's talking about, he being Ricky Gervais, is talking about all the cunts on Twitter who attack you for anything that you say. And meanwhile, my notifications are going bing, bing, bing.
So and every one of them is to tell you how much they love you, right?
So yeah, I was. So it came at a very, very good time. Listening to that or watching that special.
Yeah.
So at the end of it, so I'm sitting here scrolling through my fucking Twitter trying to find it because I didn't have anything ready. I tweeted. God damn it! Say something. Entertain the people.
What? You guys are fucked. I got nothing. I can't entertain anybody. I can sing. I can dance. You got nothing?
No, just talk, man.
Okay,
I found it. There.
all right,
Good job.
there you go. I'll stop talking now.
All right. Yeah, you way to carry the show, buddy.
Just talk.
Okay. So I just said I think that before you are able to log on to Twitter, you should be forced to watch Ricky Gervais' Netflix special. It's good to see someone still believes in free speech. I just wish he didn't talk with that stupid fucking accent. And I'm still getting attacked for that. That was 5-6 days ago.
By him?
No. But God, these fucking people on Twitter are so fucking stupid. Fucking assholes. Excuse me, but that stupid accent made him famous. From a fellow Pom. I don't even know what the fuck a Pom is. Like a pomegranate?
I was just going to say, isn't that some kind of dog? Like a Pomeranian?
From a fellow Pom with a stupid accent, it takes all kinds to make the world go round. So, come on, be nice about your mother country. Motherfucker, I'm...
Mother country? Isn't that Russia?
I'm American, bitch. Yeah, what is it? Not slimy. Grimy?
Limey.
Limey, yeah. You limey bastard. You shit out the Beatles on us, and now you fucking... Did one of the Beatles throw their kid out a window or something?
That was Michael Jackson.
All right. Very good.
So close.
This goes on. I'm scrolling through these comments on here. He doesn't live in a quasi-police state like you, so he can say whatever the cunt he likes.
What the fuck?
Also, the accent you disagree with was spoken by people who helped civilize the world, including your homeland, bub. Would you just take it easy? What?
Would you just take it easy, bub?
Like anybody could take you seriously when you call him bub.
I don't understand why all the comments about the homeland and I don't get it.
You mean the accent from the country where he was born, raised, and still lives? Get a fucking grip, you goose. Them fucking homos need to work on their cuss words.
Hey, bub.
Back off, goose.
I mean, obviously what you were saying was a sarcastic joke. I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot of sense to figure that out. You literally said he believes in free speech, and then you made fun of his accent just to be funny, just to try to crack a joke. And they just don't fucking get it.
No, I don't. So, I don't know what. I'm just so fucking angry with this whole thing. Make sure you go over to wehavemerch.com where So he's getting a little racket going, he's doing a pretty good job now. He's got us, Oddball, the rapper guy.
Yeah.
Who said he's gonna write us a theme song?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Robin Slim, The Unwritable Rant, Gareth's Random Ramblings, and the 410 Murderland podcast. So he's doing shirts and shit for all them guys.
That's awesome. It's I'm actually glad he changed his name. That don't buy this stuff with one F. That was hardcore.
You mean stupid?
Yep. We have merch. I mean, it's not a super great name, but man, does it nail it? It's
So it looks like we're going to be going up against Robin Slim next week.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get murdered. But we had a good run, man. I just wanted to get past the first week.
Yeah, I'm good with it. I don't care.
We took out them superhero fucks.
Superhero fucks.
They were the only ones that we went up against that were really poor sports.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think that Rob and Slim are going to be poor sports?
No, they're going to win. What are they going to...
No, they're going to win. What? So why do you say that? We have a chance. We're the scrappy underdog.
We don't have a chance. That's all right.
Whatever. You don't have to say it so loud. I mean, you keep that shit to yourself.
So anyway, so head over to wehavemerch.com and buy one of our stupid shirts or somebody else's cool stuff, as long as you are not the HR manager for the place that I work.
Wouldn't it be awesome if they came in with one of our shirts on?
No.
No. Oh, my God.
You
Well,
know,
at least they like the show. I mean, at least, that's good.
yeah. I don't have a whole lot to talk about today. I did stumble across this. I got to see if I can find the article. I sent it over to you. So it's if you're offended by people that are gay or people that are in wheelchairs or people that are gay in wheelchair. Can you be gay with a wheelchair? Gay in wheelchairs with
Roxy Ray could find a way, wheelchair and butt stuff.
what?
Nothing. I got nothing. I don't know.
Oh.
It sounded a lot funnier before it came out of my mouth.
All right. So stumbled across this article and this made me uncomfortable.
That's good. That's a good way to start.
So maybe I think it's something inside of me that I'm talking about gay people and then something inside of me. Something inside of me makes this it. I'm going to read the article and talk a little bit about. If I was to ask you to go lick your toilet seat, would that make your stomach turn a little bit?
Yes. Yeah. That's horrible.
That's how I feel looking at this article in the movie that's attached to it. It just makes me.
What do you don't like crippled people or what?
I don't. I always thought that I didn't have a problem with gay people.
Okay.
I always thought that I didn't have a problem with crippled people.
Okay.
I think I have a problem with gay crippled people. But I think this is why he's doing this, is to get it out in front of everybody. Like, hey, look at me. I don't know. He's not a vegetable because he can talk, but whatever the fuck he is.
Is that the cutoff? Is if you can talk, you're not a vegetable. But he's kind of a fruit. That was fucking stupid.
No, that's good.
No, that was stupid.
See, that was.
Oh shit,
that was good. I mean, it's not going to make the show notes, but it was still good.
No.
All right, so I'm going to read this article. It's from the HuffingtonPost.com. I would like to play the movie so you guys could hear it. But anyway, whatever. All right, so the word cripple makes me cringe. Okay, this is the article. This isn't just me talking. It's uncomfortable. So when Andrew Gerza, a disability consultant and podcaster from Toronto, suggested getting naked with a gay cripple as a title for an upcoming video, I was horrified. Andrew delighted in my horror. Hold on a second. All right, I had to make sure. I forgot if I was recording or not. Andrew delighted in my horror and explained how he's reclaimed the word. And he reclaimed the word. I think that's say it.
What?
We're taking it back.
We're taking it back. I'm not saying it.
You pussy. And how he uses it as a shield of sorts. Moreover, the discomfort that non-disabled people feel around the word is a great conversation starter. As it turns out, most of us have a difficult time talking about disability. The topic, in a lot of ways, is still very taboo, and disabled people are largely underrepresented in the images we consume. We're not forced to understand disability in a deeper way, and so most of us don't. Similarly, talking about sex isn't easy. So when you add sex into the equation of disability, it's a real double whammy for most people, which is exactly why I made this video. And thus, sans clothing, we started our juicy conversation about the intersections of disability, body image, queerness, and fucking. For additional conversation, tune in to our episode on Andrew's podcast, Disability After Dark. That's another thing. That podcast name creeps me out. Disability After Dark.
Why?
I don't know. I'm fucked in the head. That's why.
I want to know how you started this whole thing off by saying that he was a disability consultant. How do you get that job?
Well, it's easy. Somebody rolls into your office and you say, "Yep, you got a disability.
You're disabled.
Now you want to suck my floppy cock?"
Perfect.
So I listened to as much of that podcast as I could. So maybe it's I have to assume it has to do with. I don't know what the fuck it is. I'm not comfortable with the guy. Like, if he rolled into the house, into my house, I would roll him back out.
Why does it sound offensive when you say if he rolled in? I mean, he literally would roll in. And why does that sound offensive?
Does it bother you? And I don't mean bother like you should attack him on Twitter or him take it down. But does it bother you that there's a podcast specifically about gay cripple people? Like, in my mind, it's just, why is this a thing? That's what I think of. Like,
that's what I think of. What people think of our show. Why is this a thing? I understand what you're saying, but I mean, obviously, it's interesting to him. I don't know how many listeners he has. If he has 5 listeners or whatever, if there's 5 gay crippled people in the world, I don't know. I don't know how many gay crippled people there are. But
you think there's any gay people with Downs?
No, I think they've already got it bad enough. They don't need to add gay in there, do they?
So you're comparing being gay to having Downs?
No, wait, kinda.
You fucking bigot motherfucker. You are a piece of shit.
Duh. You're just now figuring that out. So I watched this video and the guy I hate the term intersectionality, first of all, where everything has to come together, and racism, sexism, whatever isms, all that shit has to play in. And this guy plays right into that, and it annoys me. I wouldn't be able to listen to anything that he does. It's fucking annoying. But do whatever you want, dude. So obviously I was gonna say obviously his podcast isn't for me, but I think you and I are the target market for his podcast. I'm serious. He wants people that aren't comfortable talking about it to hear about it. So it's not that I'm not comfortable talking about it. Here's the deal. If I think your podcast sucks and what you're talking about is kind of dumb, I should be able to freely say that, right? But since he's crippled and gay, he's got 2 disabilities, well, I'm not allowed to...
Does it matter what his crippled is?
He's gay and crippled.
Does it matter what his crippled is?
Well, I mean, no. Well, I mean, he talks funny, so that doesn't help.
I can't tell if that's like what's he got? ALS? Is that right? Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's Lou Gehrig's disease.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. I just know that's what it is.
I can't tell if his lisp is from being gay or from the disease. But so the setup for the video is he's in his little, I guess that's like a Stephen Hawking contraption, right?
So when you say he's in his little, that makes it sound like you're condescending to him. Like there's something wrong with his little wheelchair. Oh,
You're
little
right.
Stephen Hawking thing.
So I apologize. He's in his humongous chair. But he is sitting lower than the person that is interviewing him, which is a naked guy.
Uh-huh.
And I think what makes it so is he's really just trying to shove it down my throat. And I know that's a joke because he's gay and all that. But you don't need to interview somebody naked to get the point across, and just say, hey, I'm crippled, I'm gay, here's my show, come listen to it. Adding this whole naked thing, and the whole time he's just sitting there staring at this guy's cock. The guy asks him a question, and he answers the cock.
So I'm going to play devil's advocate, and I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I know for a fact that we've done a lot of things that are really stupid to try to promote this piece of shit show.
What? Like what? What have we done?
Sorry. You've done a lot of things that are really stupid.
No. What have we done? We did the petition.
Yeah, which is stupid. There's no reason for us. We tried to set up a GoFundMe to put our fucking podcast on vinyl. We're fucking idiots. We're idiots that do dumb shit. we just haven't had the chance to get naked yet. That's like we just haven't had the opportunity hasn't arose yet.
I
guarantee you, if there was a way that we could leverage us getting naked and getting more viewers, we would do it. Well, I would anyways.
Yeah. So I think at the end of this, I just don't understand. I would love to talk to this guy and find out why he is going this route. I mean, is it just to get exposure and people talking about him and, you know, that he's super comfortable with who he is and he wants his voice to be heard to everybody, that it's okay to whatever. I don't know. I just don't understand it.
I think we should start our podcast should be geared towards straight people. Does that sound bad if we gear our podcast specifically and we explicitly state that our podcast is geared toward non-crippled straight people?
Perfect.
I mean, so doesn't that seem silly? When you say it out loud, it seems silly, right? So to gear a podcast towards gay crippled people, just as silly, I think.
Well, yeah, I think that. You know, I think that's how I started the conversation, but now that you said it, I think you're stupid. I think it's stupid what you just said. I was just going to come to
I think you're stupid.
I was just going to come to his defense and say, well, you know, he's trying to get the struggles that he faces with having
blah blah struggles that he faces. I don't fucking care about that.
Just sit down and suck that dick.
When you're crippled, you either want to be treated like everybody else or you don't. Don't say you want to be treated like everybody else and then get mad when I make fun of you.
Yeah, I mean, actually, you have a point. But what I don't think he's saying he wants to be treated like everybody else. Mm-hmm. I think he's saying he wants to be treated like a gay cripple.
And this is how I treat gay cripples.
So
now that was an asshole thing to say.
So I think that we should come out, or at least I should come out with a podcast specifically on. So like a lot of his show is, from what I gather, how to have sex with a cripple guy. Yeah. You know, like flopping him on the bed and then how to undress him. So that, I mean, I think those are his words.
Flopping him on the bed. That's awesome.
But so what if I might go solo. I'm going to do a podcast on how to fuck a fat guy.
I'm going to do one on how a fat guy jacks off.
Well, first you got to take off his, what do they call, pressure socks?
The ones that are clipped up to his belt or whatever.
Then you got to take off my belt. Then you got to take off my suspenders. I need 3 devices to hold my pants up, and you got to take them all off. Oh, shit. All right. You got anything else you want to say about the gay cripple guy?
I hope he can take a joke.
I hope he can take a joke as well as he can take a dick.
Right. Do we need to flop him on the bed before we tell him a joke?
So this is an interesting article. This is so as you know, and I'm sure everybody else, or the 6 people that are listening to this motherfucker, I live in North Carolina. Racism has been solved here.
Good. Was that just this weekend, or?
Well, nobody talks about it, and there's Confederate flags everywhere, so I assume everybody's on the same page.
Everybody's good.
Yeah, and we've made great strides in women's rights. When I say we, I mean North Carolina.
Good.
So here's an article from whatever website. I don't know. I don't care.
From website.
From website.com. Men legally allowed to finish sex even if woman revokes consent.
What? They're legally allowed to finish. That's amazing.
Carolina.
Once you start, you get to finish.
North Carolina is the one state where the law explicitly says you cannot revoke consent once it's given.
That is amazing. Like, ever? So
I don't know how much. This is a pretty long article. I mean, this is fucking fascinating to me. But one May evening in 1977, Beverly Hester was sexually assaulted. According to the summary included in the North Carolina Supreme Court decision, she testified that the perpetrator, Donnie Way, threatened to beat her if she didn't have sex with him while hanging out at a friend's apartment. When she tried to leave the bedroom, he allegedly slapped her in the face. Hester went on to tell the court that Way penetrated her anally and forced her to perform oral sex ass to mouth. Oral sex on him. She said he began having intercourse with her, though she begged him not to because she was a virgin, but stopped when she complained of severe stomach pains. Later at the hospital, she told her mother she was raped. Despite her testimony, the jury appeared to be swayed by the defense's argument that Hester initially agreed to have sex with Way. During deliberations, they returned to ask the judge whether consent can be withdrawn. The judge noted that it could, especially in cases where intercourse has turned violent and thus no longer consensual. Way was convicted of second-degree rape. The state Supreme Court, however, disagreed with the lower court's interpretation of withdrawn consent. It's the actual penetration. If the actual penetration is accomplished with the woman's consent, the accused is not guilty of rape, although he may be guilty of another crime because of his subsequent actions. As a result, for the past 38 years, women in North Carolina, like 19-year-old Ilea Palmer, who allegedly agreed to have sex with a man at a party but changed her mind when he got violent, have been unable to legally revoke consent after sexual intercourse begins. It's really stupid, blah, blah, blah. If I tell you no, you kept going, that's rape. All right.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah. So all you got to do is the old trick. I'm just going to stick the tip in. Is that okay?
The tip.
As soon as they say yeah to the tip, man, then you can just waylay on them.
Get 6 of your friends in there. She said yeah.
I didn't specify which tip.
Oh, my God. That is fucking nuts. How fucking backwards is that? You need to move out of that state immediately. Move to a more progressive state like Texas or something.
I don't know. They got good biscuits here.
Is that right?
I wonder if that applies to me. Like, let's say I decide to go gay for a day or something, and I'm like, yeah, just go ahead and stick the tip in. And then he just starts punching me in the back of the head. I no longer consent. This is North Carolina, motherfucker. I don't care.
You're his bitch for life. You consented. You're bitch for life. Your ass is open for business.
Oh, fuck.
Is that like real? Is that current? I mean, that didn't get overturned like 20 years ago or something.
That's when rape became bad, was 20 years ago?
In America's eyes, apparently. It's still okay in North Carolina.
You would... wait a minute. Was it only while North Carolina may be the only state where women explicitly can't withdraw consent after sexual intercourse has begun, most other states see this as a gray area.
Well,
only South Dakota, Connecticut, California, Illinois, Maine, Maryland, Kansas, and Minnesota affirmatively recognize that consent can be withdrawn at any time during sex. Illinois is the only one that's made it a law.
Huh. So you moved away from Illinois to North Carolina, right? That tells me something about you.
What? That I moved to North Carolina. I just found this out. It's not like I did it.
Nope. You researched rape laws in North Carolina.
Okay, Google. Bing, bing. Hypothetically, if I was to...
What's the opposite of hypothetically?
Oh, shit. All right, well... I think we just blew through all our show prep. Me getting attacked on Twitter, check.
Check.
Again.
So do you think that we're ever going to come back from this attack on free speech?
No, I think we are in some serious shit.
So I got into an argument a while back on Reddit. This was quite a while ago, and somebody called me a freeze peach warrior. Like the word freeze and the word peach. Freeze peach warrior. Like they were basically making fun of people that defend free speech. I just...
Are you sure it wasn't just like an autocorrect mistake?
No. I've seen it several times. Freeze peach. That's what the people who think that there should be hate laws. That's their snaky, snarky way of, talking shit.
Them limey bastards.
Exactly.
What's that guy that thing I just sent you on? I texted you that article about the guy on YouTube who taught his dog to do the
Heil Hitler. Yeah.
And he was found guilty of a hate crime and it was a joke. It was a one of them stupid YouTube video jokes. But
yes, and he's going to jail.
Yeah, but the thing is the way that the way law works is you set a precedent, and then that becomes the law. Based on precedent.
Yeah, right.
So that shit will happen here eventually, and then, we could have is it the Gestapo? Is that who would show up here?
I don't think that's here. I think that's like Russia, right?
Right. See, it's
no, that's
Russia.
Germany. That's Germany. No, wait, France. It's France.
Fuck off.
It's not America.
The Gestapo will show up here and arrest us for our shitty show.
Yeah, we're fucked.
Just remember, Anthony's the one that thinks that being gay is just as bad as having Neil Gehrig disease or whatever the fuck that's called.
Neil Gehrig disease. Yep. I just made it really easy for somebody to edit it to where I just say yes to whatever you throw out there. So the video you sent me a while back that somebody had compiled from the Varnished podcast.
Yeah.
So the description of that video said something like the worst thing on the internet ever, or something. Did you notice that?
Was it the one of my voice?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed that. It said the worst... God, I wish I could remember the wording. Some of the worst, most offensive stuff on the internet, and then in parentheses it said, seriously. Like, if that's the most offensive thing you've ever heard, you've lived a sheltered life, you fucking turd.
I don't know why you're trying to take that away from me. That's something to be... So when I said that, I wasn't even trying to be shocking or, like us spending 15 minutes talking about a gay cripple guy taking it in the poop hole. That
poop hole.
to me, that warrants being attacked if you take it out of context. Ultimately, I think I was honest in saying that I'm just not comfortable with him, so I don't think that he should come out of the house.
So my opinion is that I don't care either way, but I hope somebody gets a laugh out of what I say. They won't play this part though. Be gay, be crippled. I don't care.
Yes, be gay, be crippled. Just don't be both.
I'm even okay with them being both.
Hey, T-shirt guy, that's. I need you to make me up a shirt that says you can be gay and you can be crippled, but you can't be both.
I want to know if this gay crippled guy plays Pokemon. That's
what.
I think playing Pokemon is right up there with if you're a grown man who plays Pokemon, you're right up there.
Are you talking about like the thing on the phone? So you think he's just like sitting in one spot and waiting for the Pokemon to come up to him?
I'm talking about the actual original card game. There's adults that play that, like Magic the Gathering or Dungeons and Dragons. One of them kind of guys.
I think you have to use your arms for that, though.
He can use his arms. Can he?
I don't know.
You don't even know what he has.
About 6 inches.
I think we're grasping at straws now.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. So fuck Fuck the limeys? Is that what we were talking about?
It's exactly what we were talking about.
Mate?
Mate?
Except for Penn and Miller, they're cool.
G'day, mate. That's them, right?
We're not doing this again.
I was bringing it all back around.
Just recycling all our old shit.
Yep, that's all I got.
All right. Wow, that was really worth the fucking wait, wasn't it?
You idiots. You waited for that.
You know, it's kind of neat, though, when we decided we just weren't going to record this week.
Yeah.
And due to the massive outpouring of two people, no.
So,
I think they're...
So I am completely uninvolved in this show other than the half hour that you just heard, which none of it had anything to do with me. I even got a text message saying, hey, where's the show? So if they're dragging me into this, you know you guys are missing it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty neat, though, when I think I've gotten maybe dozen or 15 tweets or whatever, or messages, people asking why we didn't put out a show.
Yeah.
John from Brand X Podcast was nice enough to leave a voicemail. Nothing that I'm going to play because it just says, where's the fucking show?
He was also nice enough to shout us out and say, who's right with Anthony?
Yeah, that fucker.
Which I thought was great.
So, but that goes right back to, I guess we got something else to talk about then. The whole reason that all that shit happened was that same social justice warrior bullshit. So I listened to John's latest episode, and he filled in all the blanks that I didn't know about. I didn't know that he was getting a bunch of messages from the same people that were attacking that other podcast.
Yeah.
So I guess a little bit of backstory, because I don't think we ever talked about this on the show.
No.
I don't know that anybody gives a fuck either, but whatever. I'm trying to fill up space here.
We got a quota.
So we have grown. I especially have grown really close with the Brand X Podcast with John Deuce and the Jimmy. They got a third wheel now. But anyway, me and John have.
Sorry.
What's so fucking funny?
They got a third wheel now. That's so. I'm sure he loves to hear that.
Well, he doesn't say anything. They introduce him, and then he sits there until they're done talking. Then he leaves.
So like me. So you have a third wheel.
No, I have a second wheel. No, he actually I like him. He was I'm not kidding. Don't fucking distract me.
Sorry, go ahead.
Whatever. So John was helping another podcast, and the podcast did something that pissed off a third podcast. So the third podcaster, whatever, started attacking. Long story short, John got involved. He started getting threats via DM on Twitter, and he tweeted at the lady's work and said, whatever, at lady's work, how do you feel about lady bullying? And I seen that, that's the only thing that popped up in my timeline, and I'm like, you motherfucker, man, why would you do that? That's such a bitch move to bring somebody's work into it.
Right.
And I still stand by that, but he kind of filled in the backstory on a show. It was right after he called me a pussy and right before he beat my name out of his shout outs. But when I heard all that, I ended up calling him and that's when Carl from Who Are These Podcasts, he came under attack hard, a lot harder than anything that I have.
Yeah.
He's got cease and desist and again, people reaching out to his work, his employment. It's so fucking pathetic. You fucking cunts! Motherfucker, man.
The whole thing just pisses me off that somebody would be so shitty to do that. And I don't care what the situation is with John. You reached out to somebody's work and tried to affect their livelihood. You can suck my fucking nuts. You're the worst kind of person.
So he in talking to him, and I accept this with John. He said he's not sorry that he did it, or he's not going to apologize for doing it, but he would never do anything like that again because he didn't think it through when he did it. He was just
Mad.
reacting. He was mad, and he was reacting to everything that was going on and all the shit. And I respect that answer, because he's not just going to say, he didn't just say, "Oh, I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry." He said, "I'm not going to apologize.
Sure.
I just would never do it again." And that's fair enough.
Yeah, I can get behind that, I suppose. But it just, when he, on his show, when he explained it, he got done explaining it, and my response to myself was, so fucking what? The circumstances don't matter. You tried to affect somebody's livelihood.
Yeah.
You're a shithead. That's how that's how I feel about it. This is all fun and games, right? If somebody's making fun of you or doing something you don't like, there's a block button on Twitter, you jackass.
So my problem isn't even mine, is the podcast itself. If you don't like the show, shut the fucking thing off.
Right.
In the grand scheme of things, our audience is so small as compared to the population of
Anywhere.
the population of the city that I live in.
Yeah.
It is a fraction of that.
Right.
Who gives a fuck what we say? If you don't like it, don't fucking listen to it.
Right.
I mean, at best, 1,000 people are going to hear a conversation about you and I talking about gay crippled people. 1,000 fucking people. That is nothing.
And if 5 of them laugh, we have succeeded. That's how I feel. If a couple people laugh at what we said, cool, everything's good. If don't be mad about it. If you're not gay and you're not crippled, don't be mad about it. And if you are gay and you are crippled, fucking call the show, bitch at me. I don't care. Jesus Christ. The whole thing is just so stupid.
And the other thing that's really pissing me off, which is funny that it's pissing me off now, and it's been pissing you off for a year, and it's only gotten worse in that amount of time, is that now, I mean, you can say whatever you fucking want about white males, straight white males, and it is perfectly acceptable. I mean, you can go out on the fucking building tops and just say all straight white males should be hung by their little bitty cocks.
Little bitty cocks.
And it's fine. If you say so much as, "Hey, there's a black guy over there." Oh, you fucking racist.
You're a fucking racist. You noticed that he was black, you fucking son of a bitch.
It's okay. I like Boys in the Hood. We're good.
So I have been noticing that trend it's been a long time, and I troll Twitter sometimes and just look for racist shit that people say about white people, and it's completely acceptable. And Twitter will delete your tweets and delete your account if you say anything negative about black people. It's so weird, man.
So the thing I have yet to understand is, why do you retweet all that racist shit?
I can't explain it to you. It's
if you go to Anthony's Twitter, whatever it is, Billy Manilli or whatever the fuck it is, all it is him retweeting hateful shit about white men.
Because we're the worst. White men are the scum of the earth.
And so you're like a Twitter hipster. You're retweeting shit ironically.
Right. That is exactly right.
And then every once in a while, somebody will comment on something that you retweet or whatever. But that here recently you said, "Hey, this guy is from where I live," and he liked and retweeted my tweet, and I knew the guy.
Yeah.
And he's a black guy, which is even funnier that he's like, "Right on, brother." All of a sudden, this black guy turns into Hulk Hogan, apparently.
So my ironic tweets turned into a rallying people for a rally behind. Wait, that's not what I meant. I feel like I have to clarify myself. I was being ironic, like a douche. Like I'm drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon, ironically.
That's how tweets were supposed to be listened to.
Right. I'm going to put my Twitter feed on vinyl.
Douche.
Douche. So I just think that somebody out there should be doing it, and I'm not smart enough or driven enough to actually set up an account to document the straight up racism against white people. So every once in a while I'll get a hair up my ass and I'll just retweet a bunch of shit.
All right. Can we be done? I don't want to talk anymore.
Yep, bye.
Make sure you get over to wehavemerch.com. As I said, if you are a fan of the Rob and Slim Show, the Unwritable Rant, Who's Right, that's us. I didn't even realize. That's how fucking tired I am.
Didn't even realize it.
Gareth's
just reading the copy.
Gareth's Random Ramblings, the 410 Murderland podcast, and Oddball the Rapper. Wait a minute. He don't even have this fucking updated yet. Mm-hmm. Shooting the Shiznit, he's over there too.
Oh, sweet.
You know what? We need to have him. Oh, yeah, we don't have Ren anymore. She broke up with us.
Oh, yeah.
So we need to have him do it in her place.
I think I like that better.
We wish Ren all the best. She went to go see a much more fit podcast, I think. I don't know. I think she broke up with us just because she's like, these guys are fucking idiots. Here I am looking all sexy and shit, and they want me to read about chocolate chip cookies and...
So shortly after we recorded our last episode with Oddball, was that our last episode? I don't remember. He tweeted out a link to a video of his. Did you get a chance to listen to it or watch it?
Yeah, I watch everything that he puts out.
So I really liked that song. I mean, it was really good. I really enjoyed that. So check out Oddball for sure, man. I think it's really good stuff.
Yeah, he's there's been a couple that we've played that I like, and he's one of them. Yeah, I would definitely download his shit off Napster.
All right, that's a ringing endorsement if I've ever heard one.
Well, I mean, you got to look it up, and then you got to find the right torrent. And is that? I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. I don't know.
Maybe. Pretty sure it is.
All right. Last thing is, if you would like to do your part to stop bullying, yeah, go fuck yourself. Go again. Fuck, it's like this is like the We Have Merch podcast. I'm about done. Fuck it. Pull our shit off your site. I'm done. It's the fucking fourth fucking time tonight I've had to say we have merch.
Nobody's making you. Don't say I had to. You wanted to because
it's in our contract.
It's in our contract.
No, actually, he's a great guy. He's got the flasks over there for the Unwritable Rant. $5 from each one goes to buying somebody lunch that gets their lunch money taken away from a bully or something, or curb stomping a bully. It's something that has something to do with bullying. I don't fucking care. Whatever.
$5 goes to lunch. Here, that bully took away your lunch. Here's $5.
$5 goes into a fund to buy an AR-15.
Ooh, edgy. We're keeping it topical.
Yeah. Oh, so that I guess we're not done.
We just can't end it.
Okay, so I put a tweet out, or I tweeted. That sounds so fucking gay.
You twittered.
I twittered. Tragedy plus time equals comedy, but how much time depends on the person or depends on the individual, something like that.
Yeah.
So if you talk about something, and this goes back to our previous conversation. I think this is why you keep show notes, So we're
Nah, I wouldn't worry about it.
yeah, it'll all come together. Why is it okay to make fun of the Hindenburg explosion? Is that right?
Yeah.
Or the Lindbergh baby, or the
the
Lindbergh
explosion.
Or Amelia Earhart, or Columbine. Is it all right to make fun of Columbine yet?
Yeah, I thought it was okay to make fun of Columbine in 2000. That's just me, though. You said, it depends on the individual.
No, so I'm talking about everybody else other than you. Like, so now there's comedians that do 9/11 jokes.
Sure.
All right. Why? Why is it okay now? But had you done that September 12th, 2001, never forget. Why then would you get attacked? I don't understand. The same with the Challenger shit.
Yeah, that's a question I can't answer because it doesn't make sense to me. I like, people can talk about the assassination of Kennedy, no problem, whatever. Why? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me because it still happened. Somebody still died. 12,000 people died in 9/11, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
so I'm asking for a fucking answer.
I don't have one. I don't know. I got nothing.
Okay, any of you fucking cunts that have made it this far that's mad at our show, or that are trying to get me fucking fired or whatever the fuck you're doing. If you don't like this show, I want you to tell me when it's okay for me to make fun of the last school shooting. When can I make a joke? Is it never? And is it never only on that tragedy? What about the tragedies before that? Those timelines weren't never.
Those timelines weren't never.
This is bullshit.
I agree with you, but what about the tragedy of being crippled? When can we make fun of that?
Apparently today was the cutoff.
So I think the cutoff is 10 years, right?
Is it?
It's a hard line. 10 years.
All right. So, with that being said, we're going to see what tragedy happened 10 years ago, and we're going to go to town on it.
Do you remember baby Jessica falling in a well? Let's talk about that.
All right.
You did type it in tragedy 10 years ago? Isn't Google great? What horrible thing happened to humanity 10 years ago?
Tragedy. 2000. All right.
Oh,
what do we got? See, this don't even count. This was all foreign people that died here.
This doesn't even count. Doesn't that throw your whole argument? It doesn't count if they're foreign. I think that just ruins your whole argument. Oh, God. Can we make fun of that Charlie Hebdo thing yet? When was that?
Who?
Charlie Hebdo in France, where they were drawing the cartoons of the Muhammad, and they broke into their office and killed all the cartoon editors.
Yes.
You don't even know what I'm talking about, do you?
Oh, fuck. We ain't got a whole lot of good deaths to make fun of here.
All right.
Is there any way you can... Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. An aircraft crashes in Guatemala, killing 10, including 4 Americans. So
hey! We hit the jackpot.
Yeah, you're not helping me with this conversation.
I got nothing. Oh, shit. A plane crash in Guatemala. 4
right
Americans?
Here.
All right, what do we got?
2008. So this is a good one.
Okay.
Bruce Pardo, while wearing a Santa suit, kills 9 people during a Christmas Eve party and burns down the house during the Covina, California massacre.
That is awesome. That would have been funny the next day. Are you kidding me? That's awesome.
The Covina Massacre occurred on, at least we're being topical. We're not going to make fun of anything newer than 10 years old.
That's our new rule.
A city in the suburbs of Los Angeles, California. 9 people were killed either by gunshot wounds or in arson. Fire inside the house. The perpetrator, 45-year-old Bruce Jeffrey Pardo, who had entered the house wearing a Santa suit, died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head at his brother's residence in the early hours of the morning after the attack. Authorities cited marital problems as possible motive for the violence. Reports indicated that Pardo's divorce had been finalized on December 18th. 3 people, including Pardo's ex-wife and his former in-laws, were initially declared missing pending identification of their bodies. At approximately 11:30 p.m., Pardo, dressed in a Santa Claus suit, knocked on the door of his former in-laws' house, occupied by about 25 people.
Holy shit.
With a gift wrap package containing a homemade flamethrower in one hand and a 9mm semi-automatic handgun in the other. He also had 3 additional 9mm semi-automatic handguns in his possession.
Jesus Christ.
When the door opened, Pardo fired the handgun at the 8-year-old daughter of Letitia Ufopolsky, a sister of Sylvia Pardo.
Okay, hold on. I have to stop you. I think the timeline for making fun of dead kids is longer than 10 years. So we'll leave that one out.
Hold on. When the door opened, Pardo fired the handgun at the 18-year-old daughter of Letitia Ufopolsky, a sister of Sylvia Pardo, as she ran to greet him, injuring her in the face. She didn't die. He then fired indiscriminately at fleeing partygoers. Police speculate that Pardo may have stood over and pointedly executed some of the victims using the other handguns. It goes on, but...
So is there a documentary of this? Because I think if there is, I'm going to make it a Christmas tradition to watch it with my kids every year. This is great.
Fucking homemade flamethrower.
Time to watch the documentary, the Christmas documentary.
I got to keep reading. So, all right.
I got to keep reading.
If you guys are not interested in this, I'm going to continue reading this story because it's fucking fascinating to me.
There's nobody else listening.
All right. There were... all right. So, thanks... Holy shit.
What the fuck? You're all over the place. What the fuck are you doing?
All right, everybody. So I'm going to continue with this. Feel free to fucking stop it, whatever. I don't give a fuck. There's got to be 1 or 2 dark humor having motherfuckers that are interested in the rest of the story. All right. Suspect's death and aftermath. You know what? We're doing a true crime podcast.
We're doing a true crime podcast in the middle of our podcast. It's fucking meta, man.
I didn't even fucking realize it. So we can say whatever the fuck we want. It's a true crime podcast.
Perfect.
We are doing this for the victims' families.
Right.
You know how many people have had flamethrowing Santa Clauses show up at their Christmas party and
at least 9.
We are doing it for these 9 families. So take that, goddammit.
Yeah.
All right. Ready?
Ready.
After the attack, Pardo put on his street clothes and drove his Dodge Caliber rental car to his brother's house in Sylmar, approximately 30 miles away from the crime scene, where he was later found dead from self-inflicted gunshot wound. His brother was not present in the home at the time of Pardo's death. It was initially believed that Pardo intended to flee to Canada by plane, as he had bought an airline ticket to a flight on Air Canada. However, it was subsequently discovered that the flight itinerary on Northwest Airlines was from Los Angeles to Moline, Illinois. Pardo had called days before to tell a high school friend that he was planning to visit, but investigators were unsure if he actually intended to visit or if the flight was to fool investigators. He had visited the friend before in October 2008. Other reports stated that the Santa suit had melted during the flamethrower portion of... Hold on. This is serious shit.
Sorry.
So just so I don't get attacked for plagiarizing, I am plagiarizing this from Wikipedia. These... Other reports stated that the Santa suit had melted during the flamethrower portion of the attack and adhered to his skin so that it could not all be removed.
The flamethrower
How is
portion
that
of
not
the
funny?
attack.
How is that not funny?
Oh, it is. That's fucking hilarious.
Other reports stated that the Santa suit had melted during the flamethrower portion of the attack and had adhered to his skin. Those are words that had never been put together before this.
I just like flamethrower portion of the attack. That's fucking funny. Like there's more than one portion of this attack.
However, suffering from severe third-degree burns on his arm stemming from the blaze, he decided to go against the initial plan. Police found $17,000 in cash cling-wrapped on his legs inside a girdle.
What? Inside a girl? What?
Girdle.
Oh, girdle.
You pervert.
I heard girl.
His rental car, parked 1 block from his brother's house, had been rigged with remnants of his Santa suit that would detonate the car with black powder if removed. What the fuck? This is the most fascinating thing I've ever heard.
This is amazing. This took a totally different turn than what I expected. So what can we talk about from 10 years ago? This is okay.
Also recovered from the scene were 4 13-round capacity handguns that were empty and at least 200 rounds of ammunition, suggesting that what had been inside the car was being treated as a threat. A bomb squad fired an incendiary, a burning device into it, burning and destroy it. At Pardo's house in Montrose, police had recovered 5 empty boxes for semi-automatic handguns, 2 shotguns, and a container for a high-octane fuel tank gasoline. They also found what was described as a virtual bomb factory in his home.
A virtual bomb factory on his computer? What does that even mean?
We need to start doing... In 2012, in the 2012 film Silent Night, a character tells the story of a man who donned a Santa suit. Oh, whatever. All right. We need to start doing a fucking true crime podcast. This is fucking amazing.
There's only like 4 of those, so we have a good market.
But you get to say whatever you want because you're doing it for the fucking victims.
We're doing it for the victims.
I want. Hold on. I got to see if I can find the names of these people.
Oh.
This has been Silent Night, Deadly Night, as brought to you by the Who's Right podcast and Steakums.
It's the meat.
Please, if you would like to support more of these Christmas massacres, please buy Steakums and Casper mattresses.
Blue Apron's good too, I've heard.
Remember, without all you fucking psychotic fucks running around with flamethrowers, there would be no Who's Right podcast.
So Doug would like to thank you for that.
And don't forget to join our Patreon, where without you, we're still going to keep doing it. All right, everybody. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
You are a gluttonous motherfucker.
Well, it's just like a number 5. It's not like I had him pile extra shit on there.
It's a number 5. I think that meant it was for 5 people, you fat fuck.
Now it's time for our wrap-up. Let's give it everything we've got. Ready? Begin.
Artificial amateurs are not all amazing. Analytically, I assault, animate things. Broken barriers bounded by the bomb beat. Buildings are broken, basically I'm bombarding. Casually create catastrophes, casualties, canceling cats, got the canopies collapsing. Detonated dime-a-dank, daily doing dough. Demonstrations, done data on the down low. Eating other editors with each and every energetic, epileptic episode. Elevated etiquette, furious, fat, fabulous, fantastic. Flurries of funk felt, feeding the fanatics. Gift God's great global goods gone glorious. Getting godly in his game is the goriest. Hit 'em high, hella height, historical. Hey, Holocaust hands, hear 'em holler at your homeboy. Imitators idolize, I intimidate. In an instant, I'll rise in an irate state. Juiced on my jams like Jerry Curls, Jock and Joints. Justly, it's just me writing my journals. Kindly, unkindly, all kinds of ink on. Karate kick type Brits in my kingdom. Let me live a long life. Lyrically, lessons is long, through my liver. My mind makes marvelous moves, masses. Marvelous, my master. Naturally, naturally. Operation opposition, all not optional. Out of sight, out of mind, wide beaming opticals, perfectly formed. Powerful punchline, pummeling, patty, pop, prime. But got him. Spoilers ain't gonna. We got him. Really raw raps rising up rapidly, riding the rushing radioactivity. Super scientifical sound surge sought. Silencing super fire sound soft. 10 too tough. Take that, challengers, get a tune up. Universal, unique, untouched, unadulterated, the raw, uncut. Verb violent, fame that abandoned. While I'm on the well, that's what. Yesterday's long gone. Zigzag zombies, zoom into the zenith, zero in Z-Lot.